नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 नित्यानन्द नित्यानन्द परमशिवोऽहम् ॐ 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda 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 Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda.
Nithyananda. Welcome everybody to another KAILASA Nithyananda Yoga ritual during these Brahma Muhurta hours. Thank you so much for tuning in, taking part, and joining us in this Charyapada. As always, we are going to be exploring the Sakala Vinyasa Krama, the various different authentic yoga asanas of the three different sequences, which is the Prathama Vinyasa Krama, the first level sequence, the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama, second level sequence, and the Tritiya Vinyasa Krama, which is the third level sequence, revealed by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, His Divine Holiness, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramahansa. And so today we will be exploring a few asanas from the Dvitiya Vinyasa Krama. We recently finished the Prathama Vinyasa Krama, the 108 asana sequence, and so as always, before we begin each yoga practice, yoga ritual, we will start off by invoking the presence of the Master, of His Divine Holiness. And so if you are not yet settled down on your yoga mat, please do come take a seat and we will get started here. As a reminder, make sure you have your Panchapatram and Udarani of water with you, your cup and spoon, as we will begin with a ritualistic cleansing. And there are 12 different components, a part of every asana sequence, and a couple of those components are, one is external weights, if you wanted to use external weights, although today we will be doing mostly seated asanas, so those options aren't necessary. However, when we talk and discuss about using an external weight, sometimes that can mean pressure. And so if you have a partner with you, they can apply some external weight to the body today to help us go deeper into the stretches and explore our flexibility a little bit more as well. And so if you don't have a partner, nothing wrong. We'll give some alterations on how to perform certain asanas using the help of a wall. But yes, if you're not yet settled down onto your yoga mat, take this moment to sit down and bring your hands into Namaskara Mudra, Anjali Mudra, and from the heart center. Bring your visualization to Swamiji, Bhagavan, in your inner space. And we'll begin with taking a deep inhalation and chant the Sadguru Mantra. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvapitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasya Diraksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamacharam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Good. And you can keep your hands as they are or rest them down onto your lap, whatever is most comfortable for you. We will be chanting internally now the Shiva Mula mantra, which is Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. And we'll do this 11 times. Okay. As a reminder, the Pramana says that as we are chanting this internally, do not allow the tongue to touch the upper part of the mouth, so the palate or the base of the mouth as well, or the back of the teeth. Let the tongue hover in the center of the mouth without making contact to any of the regions inside, okay? So moving on, we'll chant the Shiva Mula mantra, Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha, 11 times internally. I'll chant this externally for us all to follow. Om Ham Ham Shivaya Namaha. 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 Good. Next, we'll move into the ritualistic cleansing. So we'll take our Panchapatram and spoon, our cup and spoon of water, Panchapatram and Udarni, and taking 1 spoon of water, placing it into the right palm with the index and thumb touching and the 3 opposite fingers extended out straight. We'll sip the water the same time the mantra is chanted. Om Atmatattvam Shorhyami Svatha. And same thing with the second spoon of water. Om Vidyatattvam Shorhyami Svatha. And a third spoon of water. Om Paramashivatattvam Shorhyami Svatha. Good. And then washing off the hand. And we're going to wipe the upper and lower lip 2 times from right to left using the base of the right hand. Om Haraya Namaha. Washing off the hand. You're going to take the index, middle, and ring finger and touch just above the upper lip and just below the lower lip. Washing off your hand. With the index and thumb touching, you're going to touch the right nostril, left nostril. And with the ring finger and thumb, you're going to touch the right eye, right ear, and left ear. Washing off your hand. With the pinky and thumb touching, you're going to touch the navel, right chest, left chest. And then all 4 fingers and the thumb touching the crown of the head, right shoulder, left shoulder, and then the heart center. Good. From here, you're going to take your right hand and place it on top of your left hand. And we're going to put both hands on top of the right thigh. And we're going to be transitioning into the Sankalpa, so the conscious resolution, declaring our intention of why we are here today. Why are we awake at these early morning hours, rising up out of a deep slumber to sit onto our yoga mats and start moving the body? What is the purpose? And with every Kailasa's Nithyananda yoga ritual, it is always the same, which is to manifest the state, space, powers, the being of Paramashiva. To embrace Paramashivatva, that we are the ultimate cosmic consciousness. We are Paramashiva himself. And so with that conscious resolution, and you can incorporate any personal desires or wills that you have. Maybe you want to manifest a powerful, healthy yogic body. Maybe you want to improve your flexibility. Maybe you want to develop more and more powerful cognitions. Whatever the conscious intention is that you want to declare and embody and embrace, keep that in your inner space as we chant externally the Sankalpa mantra for you. As the mind wanders, continuously bring yourself back to that state and space of Paramashivatva and the intentions that you have to manifest. So with that, keep your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Right hand on top of the left, both resting on top of the right thigh. And we'll enter into the Sankalpa.
Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshayatvaram Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityatam Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityatam Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhote Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Parade Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare अष्टाविंशतितमे नित्ययुगे प्रथमे पादे जम्बोद्वीपे भारतवर्षे भरतः खण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शकाब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसुनाम संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने लक्ष्मी वेंकटेश्वर ऋतौ तुलामासे सोमवार पक्षे त्रयोदश्यां शुभतिथौ सोमवार वासरयुक्तायां रेवती नक्षत्र वज्रयोगा तैतिलकरणा एवं गुणविशेषण विशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभतिथौ श्री कैलासो नरद्वार शांत श्यामला पीठारूढं श्री मीनाक्षी सुंदरेश्वर भिन्न स्वरूपं हरशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्री पार्वती स्तन्यपान लब्ध दिव्य ज्ञान विश्रुत सकल निगमागम सारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवर्त श्रीमद् परमशिव करुणा समधिगर मुक्तामय चतुरशयान गीयमान छत्र चामर श्री चिन्ह काहलारी समस्त बिरदा वल्यलंकृत ज्ञान विज्ञान चक्रवर्ती सर्वजन संग सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्याय पवर्गवश विश्रान जीमूत परमत कलभगेसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्री राजाधिराज पांड्य महाराज गुरु क्षपन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञान भानु वीक्षणाः नार्हाः ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद् वृषभ ध्वज स्थापक शैव समय कद्र सर्वज्ञपीठरूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध ऋषिक स्वामी भागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनाम अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुत्थित श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रिनवत्युत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशततम गुरु महासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य रचित कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्तृ साक्षात् श्री परम शिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वत मनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्री रामचंद्र शूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धा विचित्र चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परम शिव समुद्भूत कपिल महागुरु पुनरुत्थित महानिर्वाणी पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री Mahamandaleshwaram, Sakshat Shri Paramashiva Samudbhuta, Shri Mahaganapati Samaramba, Anavachinna Pitadishwaram, Guru Parampara Prapta Atala Pita Ashtotara Sahasratama Ashtotara Sahasra Shri Atala Pitadishwaram, Dharma Mukti Swarga Pura Swarna Pita Trayo Vimsha Guru Mahasannidhana, Kailasa Paramparagata Adi Pita Sarvanya Pita Jagat Guru, Shri Kailasa Punaruddharaka, Shri Kailasa Paramacharya, Srimad Paramahamsa Parivrajakacarya Varya, Satchidananda Pranava Swarupa, Shtotriya Brahmanishta, Srimad Jagat Guru, Shri Lashri, Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramasiva Shri Jnana Sambandha Deshika Paramacharya Swaminam Prityatam, Tesham Bhararavindayoho Bhakti Siddhyatam, Guru Kripa Kadaksha Siddhyatam, Kshema Sterya Virya Vijaya Adra Rogya Ishwaryanam Abhivrityatam, Dharmata Kama Moksha Chadurvida Pala Purushata Siddhyatam, Samasta Duritopashandhyatam, Samasta Mangalavabhyatam, Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prasadena, Sakutumbasya, Jnana Vairagya Jivan Mukti Pradyatam, Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta, Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Avatara Bhuta Shri Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa, Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Adya Purvokta Evam Guna Visheshena Vishishtayam Asyam Shupadito Purna Arogya Yukta Didagatra Yogika Sharira Siddhyatam Paramashiva Shakti Avishkaranatam Nithyananda Yoga Vyasam Karishye.
With this, we'll take one last spoon of water and place it into our hands. Give our hands a wash. And as always, before we enter into the sequence, we are going to begin with a nice little warm-up. So we'll get our body moving and make sure that we're prepared to really dive into these various different asanas. And as mentioned today, we are going to be doing mostly some seated postures, but some intense hip opening practice we'll do today. So make sure that the entire body's got the blood flowing, ready to go. Before we begin, we'll just move our Panchapatrams and Udaranis out of harm's way, and then we're going to rise up into a standing position. Okay. So from a standing position, we're going to work our way from the crown of our head down to the remainder of our body. So we'll begin with first rotating our head and neck by beginning with tucking the chin down. You're going to start by making nice big circles, rotating the neck, the head in all directions. A nice, calm, smooth circle. Not trying to harm ourselves, not trying to overdo anything today. Just making sure that you are starting to get that mobility back, working on the flexion within the neck. And then we're going to stop and go the opposite direction. And while we're here, if you notice any tension or stress, anything bothering you in any areas in particular, feel free to take the time and energy to just pause there for a moment and apply a little bit of extra pressure where needed. Good. From here, we're just going to keep our chin tucked down towards the chest. You could take one hand and place it up against the back of the head. You can use both hands if you'd like, but just applying gentle pressure to the back of the head, allowing the chin to come closer towards the chest, feeling a bit more of an intense stretch on the back of the neck. And again, you can adjust the pressure and the weight that's being applied there to whatever is suitable for you. Then we're going to take our hands, release them from the back of the head so you can lift the chin up towards the ceiling. If you want to press up from the bottom of the chin or press down on the forehead, whatever's most suitable and comfortable for you, to lift that chin up towards the ceiling. You want to release your hands and just tilt the chin up yourself. Good. And then coming to a neutral spine position, we're just going to rotate and move our head from side to side as if you're looking over your shoulder. Do this a few times. Give yourself a little bit of an extra stretch after each time you do so. Good. From here, we're just going to start warming up our shoulders. So you can bring your hands to respective shoulders and just start making big circles. And as you do so, try to make contact even with those elbows at the front. And then as you come back, really opening up that chest. Take your time here. Focus on the expansion of your chest and closing the chest in as you bring the elbows together. Good. Then we'll rotate in the opposite directions. Good. Nicely done. From here, we will make some nice big circles with our arms. Continuing to open up that chest though, nice and wide. And then as we continue, as the chest starts to open up, we're going to make smaller and smaller circles. So start to tighten the circles up, keeping the elbows straight, and then make even smaller circles to the point where you're just making nice tiny little circles with the hands, and the shoulders engaged, and then rotating the opposite direction. Begin with tight circles again, and then make them a nice bigger and bigger and bigger until you get all the way up nice and wide again. Good. Now we're just going to go back and forth across our chest. And then up and down in opposite directions. And let's wake up the brain a little bit. We're going to bring both hands above us and then start moving them in opposite directions. Okay, so if you're both starting up, bring one to the back, one to the front, both to the hips, and then opposite sides come up. So break it down into steps. And then once you kind of get those steps, you can start making that more of a fluid movement. Nicely done. And we'll go opposite directions. You may find one side is a little bit easier than the other. But either way, try and start by breaking it down into steps. So a lot of times we think we might be doing it, but we're just doing some swimming motions. When that happens, it's fine. This is what we're trying to do, is awaken that connection between left and right side. Just have both hands at the top, opposite directions, bring parallel. And then to the hips. And then opposite hands up. And then both vertical. And then opposite parallel to the hips. And then same. Good. And then you're just trying to make that a little bit more fluid. And that's where the catching point is, but eventually you start to get it and start to flow a little bit more naturally. So either way, nicely done. From here, we're going to start to open up our wrists. So make nice big circles. Yeah, if you want to give your hands a shake a bit too, feel free to do so. And then we'll rotate in the opposite direction. And then we're going to press the fingers. So with one hand, fingers pointing upwards, pressing up against the palm of the hand with the fingers. Stretch out. Good. And then do the same thing on the opposite hand. And we'll go back to the other hand, pressing the fingers downwards, opening up the forearm, the wrist. And I give your hand on your fingers a little massage. Feel free to do so while you're pulling them down. And we'll rotate to the other side. And then I like to interlace my fingers and almost give them like a little bit of a massage between the fingers. If you're somebody that wakes up with some stiff hands, a lot of tamasic energy that builds up there, so just rub and loosen that all up, squeezing the knuckles and fingers. Good. And then you could squeeze the hands into fists and then extend them out straight. Start to really get the blood flowing through there. Good. From here with a wide base, we're going to just start to open up the upper body, rotating from side to side. Okay, if you have a stiff back or lower back pain, make sure you take careful here. Slowly moving, starting to get some more movement, blood, flexion going within that spine. And then if you want to increase that twist a little bit more at the end and open up a tiny bit more than what you were, feel free to do so. Explore your own body. Make sure that you're giving yourself this opportunity to open up whatever your level and whatever your feeling is possible for you today. Some days we're maybe stiffer than others. Some days we're maybe feeling really good and youthful. Start to tune in and notice what you need right now for these various different movements. Next, we're going to open up our hips. So hands on the hips and just make some nice big circles. Pressing the hips all the way around in all directions. And again, taking your time, moving slow, exploring your body, noticing what you feel in the various different regions of the hips, maybe the groins. Good. And we'll stop and rotate in the opposite direction. Nicely done. Okay, from here, we're going to open up our knees a little bit. So bringing the feet together, hands just above the knees. We're going to start off by making some small circles. And as we go through this, you can increase the size of the circles. You can increase the depth of your squat. Bringing the butt down more parallel to the ground. Starting to awaken the quads while you're here. Take your time to try and extend the knees beyond the toes, beyond the sides of the feet when you come to the side of your circles. Then we'll stop and go in the opposite direction. So your weight's going to come onto the balls of your feet mostly here. And again, I feel a bit of a challenge on the quadriceps right now. Fight through that pain a little bit, let the blood flow down there. Nicely done. And then standing up. Bring your weight onto one foot. We're just going to rotate the ankles, so lifting up the opposite foot. Starting to make and visualize you're drawing a circle with your big toe. Try and make that circle as perfect as possible. Bring that coordination to your feet. And stop and rotate in the opposite direction. If you find you're starting to lose your balance, just always bring yourself to one point of focus with your drishti point. Good, and we'll stop and switch feet. The same thing, drawing a circle with that big toe. And then stop and going in the opposite direction. Good. We're just going to do a little bit of more flexion on our spine. So we have some forward folds today to help us open up our hips. So while we're here, we're just going to, with feet about shoulder width apart, slowly hinge at the hips. I'm almost like leading with my chest, bringing my chest down. I can rest my hands on top of my thighs and see if I can get my back parallel to the ground. If you're ready, able to, willing, desire to reach the hands down a little bit further towards the ground, maybe on top of your shins, feel free to do so. But just start to feel a nice stretch in the back of the hamstrings, in the calves, as you lean a little bit more forward down. Maybe bring your hands towards the ground. Try and keep the legs straight, so avoid bending the knees here. Just allow gravity to start to open up the back side of the body. And if you're able to bring the hands a little bit further down, feel free to do so. Good. And we'll slowly start to move our way back up as you want to bring your hands to your shins, walk them up your quads as you rise back up. We're going to just counter that by interlacing our fingers behind our backs, extending the arms so the elbows come straight, and then pull them down towards the ground from the back of the body, and start to press and drive the hips forward as you open up your chest towards the ceiling, pulling the shoulders back, allowing the head to drop down behind you. Making sure to keep the core engaged so you're not putting too much stress on the lumbar spine. Trying to find comfort in your breathing through the nose. Good. And coming to a neutral spine position. We're just going to do that one more time on either side. So again, leaning forward and down, bring the chest towards the ground, starting with the hands on the quads and then reaching them down towards the shins. And then again, down towards the ground if you can. Maybe you start to notice that you're already feeling a little bit more opened up in the backside of the body, feeling a little bit more flexible. Either way, just start to feel out where you're at and breathe into the stretch. So as you find that uncomfortable sensation building up in the various regions of the body, take an inhalation through the nose and exhale into it. And see if you can go deeper down. Bringing the hands further down and relaxing, unclutching further into that space. And again, following the breath one more time on the inhalation. Exhale deeper into the stretch. And slowly start to walk back up to a neutral spine position, and then interlacing the fingers one more time behind the back. Start to pull the hands down as you open up the chest, but the shoulders drop back. Chest starts to open up, bring the chin towards the ceiling, back of the head is tilted back towards the ground. Breathing comfortably through the nose. Keep the core engaged so you're not just dumping all that weight on the lower spine. Good. And nicely done. Coming back to a neutral spine position. We're going to just slowly lower down onto our knees. As we do so, first rise up on the tips of your toes. Find a drishti point, a balance point. And then let's see how slow and controlled we can come down from the tips of our toes, bending at the knees, to a half squat position where the legs are about parallel to the ground if you're able to hold there. And just challenge yourself for a few moments to sit in this static posture. Again, we have a lot of sitting asanas today, so it's good to drive some more blood into this region, get them ready, and then slowly start to rise up. nice and controlled, up onto the tips of the toes. And try and relax your quads while you're even on your tips of your toes. If you're not quite able to do so, you can bring the heels down and give yourself a little bit of a shake. But either way, let's go through that cycle 2 more times. So you're just coming down from the tips of your toes, bending at the knees. So the legs are about parallel to the ground. Start to feel the muscles shake, those stabilizing muscles awaken within you. And again, if you're starting to lose your balance, find your disty point, your point of focus. And when you're ready, start to slowly rise back up to a tall, vertical position. Nicely done. We've got one more time. If you want to drop your heels down and shake out your legs, feel free to do so. You want to try and recover with the tips of the toes down and the heels off the ground. We'll go one more time. Slowly and in control, coming to about parallel to the ground, and then just hold. Let the body shake, let the muscles activate. Let's see if we can go for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nicely done. We're going to come right down all the way onto our knees and release the toes so the tops of the feet comes down into the mat. Stretch out those quads a little bit. Nicely done if you went through that. You feel a little bit more heat and activation in the quads as you go through those motions. Again, we are going to try and open up our lower body quite a bit today. So from this kneeling position, this Vajrasana position, we're going to come to a seated posture and start to explore some of these different asanas that we've got on schedule for today. So we're at asana number 120 of the Nithyananda Vinyasa Krama, which is Yoni Mudrasana. And in Yoni Mudrasana, we are in a seated posture, so you can cross your feet behind you and come to a seated position. You can keep one heel at the base of the perineum and bring the opposite foot so it's on the thigh. Hands are going to be on top of the respective knees. You're going to bring your gaze down towards the tip of your nose. Okay, we are still embracing Samana Kumbhaka. We're almost finished with this part of the sequence. Yesterday was a pranayama day, focusing on the various different visualizations, but focusing with the pramanas, or with the pranayamas, the visualization of heat and flames raising up along the spine. And so while we're here in Yoni Mudrasana, same visualization in Samana Kumbhaka, which is as you deeply inhale through the nose, visualize flames and heat rising up from the Agni center within you, rising up from the navel center along the spine, okay, all the way towards the crown of the head. And with that visualization at the top, sealing and holding the breath in Kumbhaka. So all these different pranayamas, there are Kumbhakas, meaning you hold the breath, which is really the most important part. So inhaling deeply through the nose, visualize flames and heat rising up from the navel center. At the top, hold the breath and hold it as long as you can comfortably. Challenge yourself to get to that point where the heat really starts to build up and maybe you start to perspirate and you almost start gasping for air. Holding this breath comfortably after that visualization of heat and flames is Samana Kumbhaka. Okay? And when you need to, exhale at your own pace and own rate. Catch your breath, 1 or 2 inhalations, exhalations, and then again, hold that visualization, inhale, Samana Kumbhaka. Okay, so you can go through that cycle at your own pace and rate. While we're performing this, the tendency is we release our Mula Bandha. And remember that Mula Bandha is engaged pretty much throughout the entire sequence. And why is that? We're trying to retain and keep that energy stored within us. So you inhale that prana, all that Shakti energy. hold the breath, and then seal the perineal floor. So imagine like you're trying to stop yourself from going to the bathroom. Sealing the perineal floor is what we call that. Okay, so with Mula Bandha engaged, I've been keeping my eyes closed and I internally gaze towards the tip of the nose. You can keep your eyes open and gaze towards the tip of the nose, whatever is most suitable for you. But in Yoni Mudrasana, we're visualizing this creative energy of the universe. Okay, so there's a Yoni mandala that if you have seen this this vision, you're ideally bringing that into your inner space. But if you don't know what the Yoni mandala is, that's completely fine. Just visualize and imagine that you're in this space of creation. You're in the cosmic womb, so to speak. Okay, so you're in this eternal dark space, and it is nothing but potential energy around you. And whatever your will is, whatever your desire is, it will manifest. This is the space that you should visualize and rest your awareness in. That you are the ultimate. You are the universe itself. And whatever your will and intention is, that Shakti, that energy will manifest in the world around you. Okay? While we're here, the japa rotating in the throat center is Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. And so with this first asana of today's sequence, let us realign ourselves before we jump into the various different asanas. Realign ourselves into this posture, into this intention that we have, which is to manifest the state space being powers of Paramashiva. Embody Paramashivatva. Before being the wills and the desires that we all have that we want to manifest. Maybe it's a powerful yogic body, powerful cognitions, or just that ultimate cosmic consciousness itself. Remind yourself of your intention. Be in that space of creation. Breathing in Samana Kumbhaka, holding your breath comfortably as you can, gazing to the tip of the nose. This is Yoni Mudrasana.
अथ जोनिमुद्रासना वामपादकी भगतली जाहिमांगिली खोरी जोनिततंधाई वश्ये उड़तो पावजुमोरी.
Good, nicely done. So from here, letting your breath calm down naturally, we're going to switch into a very similar posture, which is Yoni Asana. So in the same physical structure, we're going to keep our hands and feet as they are, but we're going to alter our gaze from the tip of our nose towards the third eye. Okay, we're going to hold that visualization of the Yoni Mandala, which has been placed up in the top right corner of your screen. So Yoni Mandala is a downward triangle surrounded by a few different other elements, but ultimately it's representing the symbol of the creative force of the universe. Okay, and so again, bringing that awareness internally of sitting and resting in this eternal dark space of creation, potential energy, and reminding ourselves of what our intention is today. why we're on this mat. What are we here to manifest? A powerful yoga asana doesn't necessarily mean an extravagant or overly flexible, powerful body position. It could be something as simple as seated in this posture, hands resting on their knees, and holding a powerful visualization. And so with our gaze up towards our third eye, visualizing ourselves in that same state and space, we're going to continue with Samana Kumbhaka, breathing deeply through the nose, visualizing heat, flames raising up along the spine, along the body, holding our breath at the top of that inhalation once the lungs are completely filled, sealing the perineal floor with Mula Bandha engaged. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham, rotating in the throat center. This is Yoni Asana.
Yonyasanam parvatena yogam yogapale nilam tadkala paladhan tadvad hechalo yavadehani.
Nicely done. Exhaling, catching your breath. And throughout the entire sequence, feel free to breathe at your own rate, at your own pattern. Okay. Next, we'll move into Bhadrasana. So we're going to be bringing the soles of our feet together in front with heels touching. You're going to interlace your fingers around your toes. So as you pull your feet in closer and closer, the heels will come closer and closer towards the groin. We're going to try and let our knees blade out and come down towards the ground. So the goal is the knees come all the way down to the sides. And maybe your hips stay up quite a bit. Maybe they come down quite a bit. Wherever you're at is fine. Keep the fingers around the toes, though. And the tendency is we start to arch our spine a little bit. Try and make sure that you're elongating your spine, opening up your chest. Okay. While you're here, you're pulling your knees down towards the ground, just using the strength of your groin. You're going to bring your gaze towards the tip of your nose. Okay. So with the spine tall, we're going to breathe and inhale in Samana Kumbhaka. And then we're going to hold our breath and keep Mula Bandha engaged. Now, from this position, we're going to also engage Uddiyana Bandha. You're going to suck your stomach in and up. Okay. Challenge yourself to hold that engaged Uddiyana Bandha as best you can for as long as you can. Now, we're doing this after the inhalation, but what I encourage you to do is actually try and explore it after both the inhalation and exhalation. Okay. In certain postures, it's best to incorporate Uddiyana Bandha after the inhalation. In certain postures, it's best to do it after the exhalation. It's good to explore and learn to understand what is most intense and most powerful, maybe most suitable for these various different postures. Naturally, what you'll find is when you perform the exhalation and then suck the stomach in and up, you'll be able to create more of a hollow versus once you inhale and suck the stomach in and up. Okay, both have their benefits and their qualities that are good for various different reasons. But in this position, this version of Bhadrasana, either way, make sure that we're inhaling Samana Kumbhaka, visualizing that heat raise up along the spine. And again, gazes to the tip of the nose as we visualize Bhagavan Virabhadra in our inner space. Okay. If you'd like to, this is our first posture where you can take advantage of a wall and bring your back all the way up against a wall and allow your sitting bones to press right up and give yourself a little bit of leverage to pull your knees down a little bit more. The goal here is to really start to open up our groin using gravity to our advantage and in a very simple way, opening up the groin of the body. Okay. So with the gaze towards the tip of the nose and the japa Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham rotating in the throat center, we'll all take a deep inhalation in Samana Kumbhaka. From here, let's all engage Mula Bandha and suck the stomach in and up. We'll go through this cycle once together, pulling the stomach in and up as best you can. Visualize Bhagavan Virabhadra in your inner space. When you need to and you're feeling you have to start to inhale some air, feel free to exhale. Catch your breath at your own pace. And then on the second time, you can try after the exhalation, take a deep inhalation through the nose, visualizing the flame, the heat raising up the spine, and then exhaling. And then pull the stomach in and up as best you can. And holding the breath while you're there, sealing the perineal floor, keeping the stomach pulled inwards and up. When you need to, alternate the breathing pattern and re-engage Uddiyana Bandha as again, gaze to the tip of the nose, visualizing Bhagavan Virabhadra in Bhadrasana 3 of the Dvitya Vinyasa Krama.
Gulpaucha Vishanashadya Shivantya Pashvayokshipe Savya Gulpam Tata Savye Daksha Gulpam tu Dakshine.
Nicely done. Good. And especially
Okay. Yeah, it looks like our audio dropped off there. If you're able to hear me, at least one of our online participants, I think Sandeep sent a message. Thank you for letting us know. I'll do the best I can to speak a little bit louder for you. But the next posture, in the same physical setup, the same structure as Bhadrasana 3, we're just resting our left hand on top of our left knee, and you're going to bring your right hand up towards the face. Okay? Pressing the tongue up against the roof of your mouth, gaze towards your third eye. As you gaze up towards the third eye, take the right hand and cover the mouth and close the left nostril with your index finger. Okay? With the left nostril closed, you're going to inhale through the right. After fully inhaling and filling up the lungs completely, you're going to close off the right nostril. And then when you need to, exhale through the left nostril and then repeat the same on the other side. So this time the thumb is closing the right nostril and you're inhaling through the left. And then sealing the left nostril with the index finger holding the breath with the lungs completely filled. When you need to, again, open up the right nostril and exhale out of the right, releasing the thumb from the right nostril. Again, while we're here, gazing up towards the third eye, visualize yourself as an agori here, seated in this comfortable, powerful posture. Try and keep your spine tall and elongated. Again, the tendency is to start to arch and sink into our lumbar spine. Keep your chest raised up, open, sitting tall. Visualize a thread being pulled from the crown of your head almost. So keep the chest open. Try and allow the shoulders to relax down. Avoid punching them up. Find comfort and stability in this posture. The japa rotating in the throat center is Om Nithyananda Padma Shivoham, keeping Mula Bandha engaged throughout. This is a Gorasana.
Purvakaho Vishrika Joy Vahi Vidhi Jogi Jal Soy Sava Anguri Mukha Bahari.
Good. Releasing. Nicely done. From here, we're going to keep our legs in the same posture, same physical setup. So that's the feet together, soles of the feet together. And you're going to lean forward and down, bringing the elbows towards the ground. Okay? If you're able to, press the elbows onto your heels in a comfortable manner. If that's too uncomfortable for you, you can, or it's maybe too far, you can release the elbows and bring them up towards the knees, whatever's most comfortable for you and your flexibility. But if you're able to bring the elbows down, that's what you're going to go for. Either way, try and rest the chin into the two palms of your hands as you gaze down towards the tip of your nose. Okay? From this posture, you're going to inhale and then hold the breath and slowly exhale in Vrichaka Kumbhaka. So nice, slow, controlled exhalation. At the end of the exhalation, hold your breath here. Keep Mula Bandha engaged, and we're going to suck the stomach in and up again in Uddiyana Bandha with this leaning forward posture. Okay? While we're here, this is Canary Pavasana. Visualize yourself as an elephant taking a drink of water out of your trunk. Okay, so as you suck your stomach in and up, imagine you're drawing in water, similarly to an elephant drawing in water through its snout. Okay, so pull the stomach in and up as best you can as you gaze towards the tip of the nose while we're leaning forward and down onto the elbows, resting the chin into the respective palms. As the mind wanders, continue to bring yourself back to the visualization and the flow of the pranayama we are performing. Okay, so again, that's with the Mula Bandha engaged, inhaling through the nose. Then slow, controlled exhalation right away, Vrichaka Kumbhaka. At the end of the exhalation, hold the breath. And then suck the stomach in and up, visualizing that you're drawing water in through your snout, similarly to an elephant. Mula Bandha continues to be engaged. It may find that it tends to release. Just bring yourself back to engaging it. And in the throat center is Om Nithyananda Padma Shivoham rotated in Canary Pavasana.
Gvalipava asana kahyo hai jaise yahumain jane vidhi jaise.
nicely down. Slowly from here you can rise up. And we're going to move into Padasana. So from this position, if you want to extend your legs out straight in front of you, start to shake them out. You keep the groins open for a little bit. You may feel a little bit of tension, stiffness in the hip flexors. Maybe you're feeling this still a little bit in your groins. Either way, give yourself a nice little shake. So rotating the feet inwards and then outwards. Okay, but we should feel nice and opened up in our groins. From this position now, just bend your knees and you're going to wrap your arms with the knees raised between the thighs and the calves. Okay? So you're coming from underneath and interlacing the fingers and slightly leaning back, lifting the feet off of the mat. Okay? And just holding this posture here as you gaze towards the tip of the nose. While we're here, a little bit of a recovery position. So, gaze to the tip of the nose, keep Mula Bandha engaged. And we're going to be breathing and inhaling into Rechaka Kumaka. Okay, so from a seated position, with our feet flat on the ground and hands on respective knees, just bring your hands outside and interlace them underneath the knees. So the arms come between the thighs and the calves. With the fingers interlaced, slightly lean back and then find your balance point on your sitting bones. Your chest is going to be raised up. Again, trying to avoid arching that spine. Gaze towards the tip of the nose. Visualize Swamiji here in your inner space. As the japa Om Nithyananda Padmashivoham is rotating in the throat center. This is Padasana.
Tatorvam rechayet vayum mridu nishvasa samyutam.
And slowly releasing the feet back down onto the ground, and you can release the feet as well. Okay, so next we're going to be moving into some more intense hip opening postures that require a little bit more flexibility, and we also have to maintain that sitting balance. And so what we're going to do is we're going to spend a little bit of time opening up these regions a little bit more. So in Gopi Chanda Asana, the final position of the posture is you're going to be interlacing your fingers around your feet, pulling the feet up towards the groove in your throat. So the toes are ideally going to be pulled all the way up, resting into the throat. How you're going to do this is you're going to interlace your fingers coming from underneath. So I'm scooping my hand underneath my heel, holding onto one foot. Bring up the opposite foot, and then interlace the fingers around the feet. Okay, from this position, you start to pull the feet in towards the head, and in particular towards the throat. The goal is to bring the toes all the way in so they're pressed up against the groove in your throat. Okay? And all the while finding balance here in that position. Okay, so this is an intense posture, a challenging posture, and a difficult one to pull the feet in. And what you'll find is that maybe you do have the flexibility to go a little bit deeper, but we don't have the bicep strength to pull our feet in. So rather than having a bicep workout today and trying to pull our feet in just with one arm, we're going to use gravity to our advantage, use walls to our advantage. If you have a partner, you can use a partner to your advantage, okay? So we're going to spend a little bit of time to open up these regions to develop more flexibility and release the tension that is inhibiting us from getting our toes towards the neck. And one of the most simple ways of doing that is in this same type of mimicking posture. So my My hips are naturally going to be at this angle. My knees are going to be naturally at this angle to pull my foot up towards my throat. So I'm going to do this, but in the reverse manner. Meaning, I'm going to keep this angle the exact same, and I'm going to bring this foot, my opposite foot behind, and I'm going to use gravity and the strength of the ground to press my body and my chest down towards my foot and see if I can bring the toes towards my throat in this way. Okay? So rather than trying to, again, pull my foot up by the strength of my bicep, let's just use gravity to our advantage. Lean your chest down in this manner so the foot is at a similar angle to what it would be in Gopi Chandasana from that sitting posture. And gently rest the upper body weight down onto the foot. So while you're here, you can be down on your elbows. You can be up on your hands. You can rest one elbow and press it down onto that respective knee to give yourself a little bit more leverage. Either way, start to explore your body. Notice where you're feeling that stress and that tension. Okay, so maybe your foot and your heel is a little bit closer in, maybe it's a little bit further away, but it should be a similar setup to that position where we're seated and lifting up the toes, the feet towards the throat. Okay? So we're going to spend a few more moments here and continue to bring your awareness down into the body wherever you're noticing this stress. Okay, and then around that 30-second mark, you're going to notice that the tension starts to alleviate and the posture becomes much easier. At that moment, take a deep inhalation through the nose and exhale out of your mouth and relax further into the posture, noticing that stress build up even more in that particular region. And then we're going to slowly come out and we'll switch over into the other side. Okay, so now switching to the other foot. Again, similar posture in that foot is bent. That front foot is bent in the same way as if they're being lifted up towards the throat. This time I'm extending, for me, it's my left foot backwards, my right foot up. And again, use gravity to your advantage here as you gently lower down the chest towards the ground, bringing the foot and the toes towards the throat. And again, mimicking that posture that we're building towards, which is Gopi Chandasana. Okay, Gopi Chandasana, that seated posture with the throat pulled up towards, the feet pulled up towards the throat. So find comfort here in this discomfort. Bring your awareness continuously to this space and this area that you're feeling the stretch. For each of us, maybe it be in a slightly different area, but take this opportunity to open up that space and also explore the area around you. Okay? Explore how you can intensify the stretch even. Okay? If that means placing the elbow onto the respective knee to find a little bit more leverage, feel free to do so. If it means leaning a little bit further away from the foot or the knee, maybe it means lifting up the chest and extending a little bit further away from you as well. Either way, Either way, spend that time, give yourself this space to open up that area. And again, around that 30-second mark while you're in this posture, you'll start to really feel relaxed. And at that point, there is diminishing returns. However, take that moment to inhale again, come out of the posture slightly, and then exhale. And go further down into the stretch. Go further down into the discomfort. If you rest in the same exact position the whole time, then you will not gain the benefits that you can, which here, we're trying to improve that flexibility. Deepen yourself into the stretch continuously. As long as you're continuously feeling that stress or the stretch happen, you are going to be receiving those benefits. But if you relax and you're just kind of sitting here and not feeling any stress or tension, then yeah, you are going to be wasting your time with it. So make sure that you're feeling discomfort and trying to find comfort within that discomfort. And then we can slowly relax and come out of this posture. And bringing both of your feet in front of you. You can start to shake out your legs again. Loosen them up. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to try and perform the same posture of Gopi Chandasana, but from a seated position in a forward lean. Okay? So what I mean by that is in the posture where the foot is lifted up towards the throat, that same angle that I have my leg, keep that same angle in front of you. Okay? We're going to interlace our fingers in front, underneath the feet, and then gently start to lean the chest forward and down, holding the chest down towards the ground. The elbows are going to come out wide in front of the shins as you continuously drive the chest down, seeing if you can get the toes towards the throat. And as you'll see, it's the same anatomical structure and setup that you're going to be performing, only we're not going to be balancing up onto our sitting bones, which makes it even more challenging. And we're not using the strength of our bicep as much to pull the feet up. Use gravity to your advantage here as you lean forward and down. Now, if you don't have a partner, I would encourage you to use a wall and bring your back towards a wall to press yourself away from the wall and use that leverage to bring yourself down further. Okay? So if you don't have a wall, I hope you have a wall. But if you don't have a wall, you can also just press your hands down onto the ground to bring the chest further and further towards the feet and the toes closer and closer towards the groin. Okay? A little bit easier if you have a wall versus the ground. And then the final modality is if you have a partner. The partner can press down for you. Now the partner should always press at the mid to lower part of the spine, and they should be very gentle in doing so. And the individual being stretched, try and relax into the stretch, so feeling taking a deep inhalation, and then a nice slow, long exhalation out of the mouth. And avoid any of those quick movements. Relax into it as best you can. Okay, so gently pressing down on the lower spine, the lower back. Pretty much not doing anything here. Great flexibility, nicely done. Okay, so wherever you're at, again, exploring the various different ways and using either the wall to your advantage or using the ground to your advantage. We'll do this one more time together as we lean forward and down, bringing the chest down towards the feet, the toes towards the throat, trying to open up the groin a little bit more, mimicking Gopi Chandasana in a forward fold position. Nicely done. Then you can slowly rise up. Okay. So with this, let's see if we can perform the posture with the various different components, but from this seated position now. So we just spent some time opening up our groins and hips. Maybe you'll notice this time around you're able to actually get the toes towards the throat. Let's find out. Okay, let's explore our possibilities today. So this time again, lifting up 1 foot at a time, placing the hand underneath the heel, scooping it underneath the heel and holding the feet. You can interlace the fingers around the feet. From this position, you're starting to find that balance on your sitting bones and then pull the feet in towards the throat. Okay? Right away, I notice a difference. Maybe you are too. While you're here, bring the gaze to the tip of the nose. Seal the Mula Bandha, so keep the peroneal floor engaged, squeeze tight. Take a deep inhalation through your nose. And at the tip of that inhalation, then slowly start to exhale. Control your exhalation, visualizing yourself and embodying the same state and space of a king in Gopi Chandasana, visualizing Om Nithyananda Padmashivoham rotating in the throat center as your internal japa.
Purava Vidi Pagaka Amguta Kata Kuparase.
Good, and slowly start to release your feet. Let them come down onto the ground. Put the hands behind you, and you can shake out the legs. Nicely done. Okay, this posture, or this next posture rather, can be a similar setup in that we are going to be pulling our feet in by scooping the hands underneath, and this time the fingers are going to come up with interlocked fingers, or the feet are going to come up rather, towards the chest. So before we were pulling it towards the throat, now you're going to try and pull them down slightly bit more, and Udaranasana, it's towards the chest. Okay? Again, similar type of setup, similar type of strategy and walls that we're facing, maybe inhibiting us from being able to form posture. Again, for me, right away is I don't have the bicep strength right now to pull my feet towards my chest, because I'm too tight and there's too much tension. And so taking more time to spend, or in spending, with the chest down towards the ground, this time focusing on pulling the feet towards the chest, so a little bit more of an intense posture, with the heels a little bit closer towards the perineum. You can lean forward and down with our fingers interlaced around the toes. And try and find comfort in this region, opening up the groin, relaxing the hips, and maybe releasing that lower back. Okay? Same as before, you can place the hands on the ground behind you to try and find a little bit more leverage and pressing down, bring the chest down towards the ground. Or a little bit better is a wall. So if you're able to press your hands up against a wall, you'll find as you have a little bit more leverage to push and bring the chest down towards the feet. Okay, if you have a partner, they can start to press gently against the lower back, following your breath. So the partner is really tuned into the person being stretched. So if I'm inhaling, that's not the point to start really pressing down. The partner would press down on the exhalation. And you exhale into the posture. Okay, so if I'm in this position, my hands are around my toes, I'm inhaling. And then on the exhale, the partner stretches and presses a little bit more. And then they may notice that, okay, there's some tension building up. I'm not able to push them down any further. And so they just hold that position. And then again, I will inhale. And then I'll slowly control the exhalation. And I'll try and relax further down into it while the partner just tunes in and is aware of the tension and the stress that's built up. And then they hold that position where there's really no more movement. But all the while, it's a continuous process of inhaling and then trying to unclutch and relax deeper and deeper into it. And you may feel this in different regions, different parts of the body. For me, it's in my lower back. That's keeping that tension or that flexibility from increasing in the hips. And so I need to keep my awareness on the lower back, and as I inhale and exhale, I'm trying to release and unclutch that region as best I can. Nicely done. Thank you, Mark. Okay, so whether you have a partner or not, try and use some sort of leverage to your advantage. That can be the ground, pressing down and away, or it can be the wall, pressing down or away. Ideally, you do have a partner supporting you in that. If you do, you're able to really get deeper and deeper. I notice a huge difference between a partner pressing down versus me trying to pull myself or pull my feet up or press myself away using my own strength. If you have a partner, they're literally able to just lean their entire body weight down versus you trying to drive and force yourself into that position, okay? So we'll just spend one more moment leaning forward and down using our own strength, and then we'll try and get into the posture ourselves. And again, exploring your body, exploring where you're feeling this flexibility. Start to open, keeping your awareness on those regions that are tight, those regions that are loosening up. And then we can slowly rise up together. Nicely done. Okay, we'll move into the actual posture, give ourselves another shot at this. So we're going to, again, scoop our hands underneath the heels and holding on to the feet. Okay, so this time pulling the feet in towards the chest. Rather than keep the toes at the throat, you're going to try and pull the feet towards the chest and then tuck the chin down onto the toes. Okay, if you're able to get to that posture, nicely done. Maybe a little bit challenging if you don't have the bicep strength to press and open your hips up. That's fine. Do the best you can. Maybe your feet are really far away. Nothing wrong with that. Keep your balance. Find your balance on your sitting bones. And then either way, just work towards bringing the feet up towards the body. And see if you get your chin just below the toes. Okay? While you're here, you're gazing towards the tip of the nose with the Mula Bandha engaged, the japa rotating in the throat center. Om Nithyananda Paramashlovam. Visualize your body free from any defects. So there's no illnesses, no issues, no pains. All the effects of the body are gone in Uttarasana.
Do Bhagadali Samputatane Ubai Hastakali Uradahitane Angushta Samataraharave Chibukami Chetahi Lagave.
Nice, yeah. Slowly releasing the feet. And then relaxing the legs out in front of you. You can shake out the feet. Shake out the quadriceps, the hip flexors, the groin. Start to loosen up the body. And from here, we're going to rock ourselves. How many more we got in this position? Okay, we're going to give it one more shot. We're opening up other hips. Rather than start off with this one tomorrow, we'll close with this one today. So, same setup, interlacing the fingers, scooping them down underneath the heels. This time you're going to try and pull the feet up towards the forehead. Okay? So the feet come up a little bit higher than before, rather than the toes at the throat or the chin. This time the feet are towards the forehead. Okay, if you're able to make contact, nicely done. Either way, try and find that balance on your sitting bones and try and pull yourself up as best you can. If you're able to get the feet all the way up towards the forehead, nicely done. But challenge yourself to pull the feet up as best you can. Okay? If you want to work on this 1 foot at a time, as being down to the right, keep one heel down. Use both hands to pull the opposite foot up towards the forehead. And then you can release and try the opposite side. Again, the goal is to bring both feet up simultaneously with the fingers interlaced around and pull them towards the forehead. Okay. Same as before, to prepare yourself for that posture, you can lean forward and down with the feet at the same angle and just bring the forehead down towards the feet in this way, which is removing the balancing part of the posture. Again, you're finding comfort in the discomfort. So it's a continuous battle of relaxing into stress, feeling the stress in the various different regions, but finding comfort and unclutching deeper into that space. Okay. So one last time before our Shavasana, we're going to rise up into a seated position. Try and scoop the hands underneath the heels. And we're going to be pulling the feet up towards the forehead with the fingers interlaced. Okay? While you're here, visualize in this position, you're excelling at everything in life. So anything that you come across, any challenge, any task, you're excelling at it. You are the ultimate. You're able to achieve and do anything that you want at an amazing level. Okay, while you're here, keep Mula Bandha engaged at the cranial floor. Om Nithyananda Padmasambhava rotating in the throat center. Take a deep inhalation through the nose and relax as you unclutch and release. Exhaling slowly and Rechaka Kumata.
Do Bhagavali Jodi Samputakare.
Good, and then slowly release the feet down. Extend them out in front of you. Shake them out one last time. And then we're going to roll down onto our spine, relaxing into a well-earned Shavasana. So keeping the palms open up towards the ceiling. Take a deep inhalation through the nose. And a nice long exhalation out of the mouth. Deep sigh, relaxing deeper and deeper into this unclutched space. Space where our body can recover and rest. Space where the mind rests. Start to scan your body and see if you notice any tension anywhere and releasing that tension wherever it's found. Relaxing deeper and deeper without any movement in Shavasana.
Uttanam Shavavad Punamo Shayanam Drushavasanam Shavasanam Shramaharam Chitta Vishrantikarakam.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om 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 Nithyananda. 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 Paramashivoham.
Take a deep inhalation through your nose and start coming back into the body. Nice deep sigh out of the mouth. And start to wiggle your fingertips and your toes, your wrists and your ankles, bending your elbows and your knees, bringing your feet flat onto the ground. And rock your knees from side to side, and then gently lift up one knee, bringing it towards the chest. Pulling up the second. You can interlace your fingers around the knees and start to pull them towards the chest together. Gently rock side to side. And then when you're ready, you can start to lift the chest up and bring the head off the ground. Bring the forehead towards the knees. Give yourself a little bit of a squeeze. And then release the feet back down to the ground, rolling over onto one side. Pressing the body up into a comfortable seated position. You can keep your eyes open or closed. And from this deep space of restful awareness, bring our hands to the Anjali Mudra in front of the heart center. Bring Swamiji into our inner space, connecting to him, reestablishing that deep feeling connection. And with the space of gratitude, we'll take a deep inhalation and close with the Purna mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. Hopefully you all enjoyed this KAILASA's Nithyananda Yoga ritual, exploring the Nithya Vinyasa Krama asanas within the sequences of the 3 different Sakala Vinyasa Kramas today. We are going to be progressing next to the next part of the sequence, which is asana 130. So beginning tomorrow, we'll explore some more hip openers and start to incorporate a few different unique and exciting asanas. So make sure that you tune in for those as well. As always, from a deep space of gratitude towards His Divine Holiness, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivam, we thank you all for taking part, whether you joined us live via Zoom or watch this recording on YouTube, and looking forward to spending tomorrow with you. The same Brahma Muhurta hours, same Brahma Muhurta space. Take care. Nithyananda.
Seated in a comfortable position in Sukhasana. Please sit with your head, neck and spine in a straight line. Bring your awareness to your third eye. Inhale deeply and exhale. Visualize Swamiji's presence in your Ananda Gandha. Bring the bhava, the feeling connection, unclutch from any other thoughts you are having about your day, about the yoga that you just did. Only have the thought of Swamiji in your inner space. With that, let us now begin the declaration for the Pada Puja and Paramashiva Puja. If you agree to the following statements, please say yes loudly. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that the cosmic energy exists. Yes. I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that Swamiji, Bhagavan Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva, Devi Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti, the Guru Padukas, and the Atmalinga are the Chinmaya Vigrahas, the embodiment and representation of that very cosmic energy. Yes, I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth that the Pada Puja and Paramashiva Puja I am offering now will reach the cosmic source of energy directly. Yes, I authentically cognize, which is internally process, understand, and declare the truth of Soham Asmi, that even when I worship, I am Him. Yes. Let us now begin with the Sadguru Vandanam, in which we offer our gratitude to our beloved Swamiji. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalavachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. The next offering is the Guru Parampara Vandanam. In the Guru Parampara Vandanam, we offer our gratitude to the eternal lineage of all the Gurus, the enlightened masters. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Samarambham Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Madhyamam Nithyananda Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. The next offering is the Arunagiri Yogeshwara Vandanam. In the Arunagiri Yogeshwara Vandanam, we offer our gratitude to Bhagavan Arunagiri Yogeshwara, who is the incarnation of Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please take some flowers in your hands, close your eyes, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Lalate Tripundri Nitilakata Kasturi Tilakaha Puranmala Dharismrita Kadikaupi Navasanaha Dadhano Dustaram Jirasi Panirajam Shashikalam Pradipa Sarvesham Arunagiri Yogi Vijayate. The next is the Pathimanam, the ritualistic cleansing of the mouth. Keeping your right hand in the Gokarna Mudra, pour an udrani of water into your right palm and sip the water from the base of your palm 3 times. Om Atmadatvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Vidyadattvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Shivatattvam Shodhayami Svada. Wipe your left twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands. With the tips of your index, middle and ring fingers, touch above the upper lip and below the lower lip. Wash your hands. With the tips of your index finger and thumb joined together, touch your right nostril and left nostril. With the tips of your ring finger and thumb joined together, touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands. With the tips of your little finger and thumb joined together, touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and heart center. Wash your hands. The next is Shuklam Bharadaram, where we invoke the presence of Mahaganapati, the Lord of spontaneous completion and the remover of obstacles. Now please close your eyes and pray to him to remove all your obstacles, not only from this puja, but from your whole day. Place the flowers and akshata in your right hand and keep both the hands on the Mushti Mudra and tap the sides of your forehead along with the mantra. Om Shuklam Bharadaram Vishnum Shashivarnam Chaturbhujam Prasannavadaram Dhyayet Sarvavignopashantage. The next is the pranayama, the regulation of the prana, the life energy. Now perform the inhalation, retention and exhalation while we chant the Samhita mantras. Om Hom Ishanamurdaya Namo Om Embadprashaptraya Namo Om Hum Magurdaya Namo Om Himavadevukhyaya Namo Om Satyojatamurtaye Namo Om Hamridaya Namo Om Himshirse Namo Om Shikaye Namo Om Engavachaya Namo Om Hom Netrebhyo Namo Om Astraya Namo Om Hom Ishanamurdaya Namo Om Embadprashaptraya Namo Om Hum Magurdaya Namo Om Himavadevukhyaya Namo Om Satyojatamurtaye Namo Om Hamridaya Namo Om Himshirse Namo Om Shikaye Namo Om Engavachaya Namo Om Netrebhyo Namo Om Astraya Namo Om Hom Ishanamurdaya Namo Om Embadprashaptraya Namo Om Hum Magurdaya Namo Om Himavadevukhyaya Namo Om Satyojatamurtaye Namo Om Hamridaya Namo Om Himshirse Namo Om Shikaye Namo Om Hengavachaya Namo Om Hom Netrebhyo Namo Om Astraya Namo. The next is the Sankalpa, the conscious resolution. When you make the Sankalpa in the presence of the Master, the power of the Master's presence will manifest your Sankalpa as reality. Please close your eyes and visualize the Sankalpa that you want to manifest for today. Now keep the flowers and akshata in your left palm, close it with your right palm, and keep both the hands on the right thigh. We will now chant the Sankalpa mantra. Om Mamopata Samasta Duritakshaya Dvara Bhagavat Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Prityartham Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Prityartham Cha Shubhe Shobhane Muhurte Adya Brahmanaha Dvitiya Pararde Shri Shvetavaraha Kalpe Vaivasvatamanvantare Ashtavimshatitame Nityayuge Prathame Pade
जम्बूद्वीपे भारतवर्षे
भरतखण्डे मेरोः दक्षिणे पार्श्वे शताब्दे अस्मिन् वर्तमाने व्यवहारिके प्रभवादीनां षष्ट्याः संवत्सराणां मध्ये विश्वावसु नाम संवत्सरे दक्षिणायने लक्ष्मीवेङ्कटेश्वर ऋतौ तुलामासे शुक्लपक्षे एकादश्यां शुभदितौ स्थिरवासरयुक्तायां शतभिषा नक्षत्र ध्रुवयोग वनिजकर्ण एवं गुणविशेषणविशिष्टायाम् अस्यां शुभदितौ श्रीकैलासोन्नतद्वादशान्तश्यामलापीठारूढ श्रीमीनाक्षी सुन्दरेश्वराभिन्नस्वरूप
परशिवपुत्र रत्नकुमार
गुरुमन्यतुल्यावतार श्रीपार्वती स्तन्यपानलब्धदिव्यज्ञानविश्रुत सकल निगमागमसारभूत द्राविड वेद प्रवर्ते श्रीमत्परमशिवकरुणासुमतिगतमुक्तामयचतुरश्रयानगीयमान छत्रचामर श्रीचिन्मकाहलादि समस्त विरलावल्यलङ्कृत ज्ञानविज्ञानचक्रवर्ती सर्वजनसङ्ग सद्यो निर्वाण दीक्षा व्यापवर्गवर्ष विश्रानजीमूत परमतकल्पकेसरी शैव सिद्धांत स्थापनाचार्य श्रीराजाधिराज पाण्ड्य महाराज गुरु शपन शाक्यादि महांधकार निवारण ज्ञानभानु वीक्षणानरहार ध्वजोच्छेदन पूर्वक श्रीमद्वृषभध्वज स्थापक शैव समयकर्त्रे सर्वज्ञ पीठारूढ़ श्री जगद्गुरु श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक स्वामी वागीश सुंदर माणिक्य वाचक स्वामिनां अवतार भूत श्री ज्ञान संबंध स्वामी पुनरुद्धृत श्यामला पीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ तृणवद्युत्तर द्विशतम गुरुमहासन्निधान अरुणगिरि योगीश्वर परंपरागत अरुणाचल सर्वज्ञ पीठ गुरुमहासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत कांची कैलास सर्वज्ञ पीठ त्रयस्त्रिंशदुत्तर द्विशतम गुरुमहासन्निधान नित्योत्सव नित्य मंगल नित्य कल्याण नित्य तीर्थ कैलास परंपरागत आदि कैलास नित्यानंद पीठ महासंस्थान महासिंहासन पीठ कर्त्रे साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत कैलास परंपरागत वैवस्वतमनु इक्ष्वाकु हरिश्चंद्र भगीरथ श्रीरामचंद्र सूरसेन इत्यादि अनवच्छिन्न सार्वभौम चक्रवर्ती परंपरागत चतुष्षष्टि योगिनी मंडित चतुष्षष्टि संप्रदाय प्रवर्तक मनुधर्म शासन सूर्यवंश प्राप्त सर्वज्ञ पीठ सुरांगी साम्राज्य मूर्धाभिषिक्त चूड़ामणि साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री अखिल महागुरु पुनरुद्धृत महानिर्वाणी पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री महामंडलेश्वर साक्षात् श्री परमशिव समुद्भूत श्री महागणपति समारंभ अनवच्छिन्न पीठाधीश्वर गुरु परंपरा प्राप्त अटल पीठ अष्टोत्तर सहस्र श्री अटल पीठाधीश्वर धर्म मुक्ति स्वर्गपुर स्वर्णपीठ त्रयोविंश गुरु महासन्निधान कैलास परंपरागत आदिपीठ सर्वज्ञ पीठ जगद्गुरु श्री कैलास पुनरुद्धारक श्री कैलास परमाचार्य श्रीमत् परमहंस परिव्राजक आचार्य वर्य सच्चिदानंद प्रणव स्वरूप श्रोत्रिय ब्रह्मनिष्ठ श्रीमद् जगद्गुरु श्री भगवत श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव श्री ज्ञान संबंध देशिक परमाचार्य स्वामिनां प्रीत्यर्थं तेषां पादारविन्दयोः भक्ति सिद्ध्यर्थं गुरुकृपा कटाक्ष सिद्ध्यर्थं क्षेम स्थैर्य वीर्य विजय आयुरारोग्य ऐश्वर्याणाम् अभिवृद्ध्यर्थं धर्मार्थ काम मोक्ष चतुर्विध फल पुरुषार्थ सिद्ध्यर्थं समस्त त्रिदोपशान्त्यर्थं समस्त मंगलावाप्त्यर्थं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रसादेन सकुटुम्बस्य ज्ञानवैराग्य जीवन मुक्ति प्राप्त्यर्थं श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव अवतार भूत श्री सर्वदेव देवी स्वरूप भगवान श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव प्रत्यक्ष पाद पूजां करिष्ये श्री नित्यानंदेश्वरी परमशिव शक्ति समेत श्री नित्यानंदेश्वर परमशिव पूजां च करिष्ये ओम नमोपस्पृश्य please wash your hands with the body of water. The next is the Kantanada. Now please take the bell in your left hand. We ring the bell to invoke the presence of all the auspicious energies and remove the presence of any negative energies. Now please take the bell in your left hand, hold it above your heart center and ring the bell along with the mantra. Om Agamadantu Devanam Gamanadanturakkasam Kantanadam Vijado Devata Vahanantam Kanta Devata Bho Namaha. The next is the Manasa Puja, the offering of the internal worship. Now please close your eyes. During the Manasa Puja, make all the offerings to Swamiji who is seated inside of you, in your inner space, seated in the lotus of your heart. Offer your emotions, your thoughts, your identities. Now please take a flower in your left palm and place your hands in the Kurma Mudra. Close your eyes and offer the flowers at Swamiji's Padakas at the end of the mantra. Om Padmasanam Dadyat Sahasrarachyutam Hridaihi Padyam Charanayo Dadyat Manastu Vargyam Nivedayet Tenamritena Achamaniyam Snaniyam Tena Tasmritam Akashadatvam Vastram Syat Gandhasyat Gandhadatvam Chittam Prakalpayet Pushpam Dhupam Pranam Prakalpayet Tejastatvam Jadipatam Naivedyam Syat Sudam Purihi Anahadatvanir Ghanta Vayudatvam Jachamaram Sahasraram Bhavet Chatram Shabdadatvam Jagitanam Mrityamindriya Karmani Chanjalyam Manasastata Tumekalam Padmamalam Pushpam Nana Vidantata Amayati Bhava Pushpaihi Archayet Bhava Gocharam Amayam Manahankaram Aragam Mamadam Tatha Amohagam Madam Bhamcha Adveshaksho Bhagotatha Amatsvaryam Malobhamcha Dashapushpam Vidurbudaha Ahimsa Param Pushpam Pushpamindriya Nigraha Daya Pushpam Kshama Pushpam Jnana Pushpam Japanchavam Iti Panchadasher Bhava Pushpaihi Sambhujayet Bhagavantam Shri Nithyananda Paramashivam. The next offering is the Upachara Puja, the offering of the external worship. The first is the Asanam, the offering of seat to the master. Now please take some flowers and akshata in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas at the end of the mantra. Asanam Om Sarvabhutantarasthaya Sarvabhutantaratmane Kalpayami Paveshatam Asanam Te Namo Namaha. Om Hrim Idam Suvarnasanam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Arghya, the offering of the traditional bouquet. Now please take the Arghya in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Arghyaha Swagatam Om Shantatvat Sarvakartritvat Bhavo Paradikaranat Shivokto Mahatantra Mantra Vidbhis Sada Shivaha Tasmai Shivaya Gurave Vitarahakarayave Ameyatvadanantoyam Majatvaja Prakirtitaha Yasya Darshanamichanti Deva Swabhisha Siddhaye Tasmai De Parameshana Swagatam Swagatam Prabho Adyame Sabalam Janma Jivanam Sabala Kriyaha Swagatam Yatvaya Dharme Tapasan Phalamagatam. Om Hrim Sarvadeva Devi Swarupa Bhagavan Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Swagatam Suswagatam Te. The next offering is Padyam, the offering of water to wash the feet of the master. Now please take another ray of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Padyam Om Yad Bhakti Samparkat Paramananda Samplavaha Tasmai Te Parameshana Padyam Shuddhaya Kalpaye. Om Hrim Edat Padyam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Arghya, the offering of the traditional bouquet. Now please take the conch in your hands and offer the Arghya at Swamiji's Padukas along with the mantra. Arghyaha Om Durvakshata Samayuktam Bilvapatram Dadaparam Shobhanam Shankapatrastam Grahanaryam Maheshwara. Om Hrim Esho Arghyaha Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Swaha. The next offering is Achamaniyam, the offering of water for mouthwash. Now please take an udani of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Achamaniyam.
ॐ मन्दाकिन्यास्तु यद्वारि सर्वपापहरं शुभं ग्रहाणाचमनीयं त्वं मया भक्त्या निवेदितम् ॐ ह्रीं इदम् आचमनीयोदकम् सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय स्वधा.
The next offering is Madhuparka, the offering of the nectarine drink. Now please take the nectarine drink, the Madhuparka in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Madhuparkaha.
ॐ सर्वकल्मषनाशाय परिपूर्णसुखात्मकम् मधुपर्कमिमं देव कल्पयामि प्रसीद मे. ॐ ह्रीं एष मधुपर्कः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय स्वधा.
The next offering is Gandha Tailam, the offering of the scented oil. Now please take the Gandha Tailam in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Gandha Tailam.
ॐ स्नेहं ग्रहाण स्नेहेन लोकानां प्रकारक सर्वलोकेषु शुद्धस्त्वं ददामि स्नेहमुत्तमम्. ॐ ह्रीं इदं गन्धतैलं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय निवेदयामि.
The next offering is Naniyam, the offering of the sacred bath. Now please take the udani of water in your hands and offer it onto Swamiji at the end of the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
नानीयम् ॐ इदं शीतलं वारि सत्यं शुद्धं मनोहरं स्नानार्थं ते मया भक्त्या कल्पितं प्रतिगृह्यताम्. ॐ ह्रीं इदं नानीयोदकं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय निवेदयामि.
The next offering is Vastram, the offering of clothes. Now please take the cloth offering in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Vastram.
ॐ मायाचित्रपटाच्छन्न निजगुह्योर्देजसे निरावरणविज्ञाय वासस्ते कल्पयाम्यहम्. ॐ ह्रीं इदं वस्तोत्तरीयं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय निवेदयामि.
The next offering is Abharanam, the offering of jewelry to the master. Now please take the jewelry in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Abharanam.
ॐ स्वभावसुन्दराङ्गाय नानाशक्त्याश्रयायते सुवर्णं भूषणं तुभ्यं कल्पयामि प्रसीद मे.
Om.
ह्रीं इदं सुवर्णाभरणं सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय निवेदयामि.
The next offering is Gandha, the offering of sandalwood paste. Now please take the sandalwood paste in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra.
गन्धः ॐ शरीरं तेन जानामि चेष्टां नैव च नैव च मया निवेदितान् गन्धान् प्रतिगृह्य विलिप्यताम्. ॐ ह्रीं एष गन्धः सर्वदेवदेवी स्वरूपाय भगवते श्रीनित्यानन्दपरमशिवाय नमः.
The next offering is Bilvavatram. The next offering is Pushpam, the offering of fragrant flowers. Now please take some flowers, smeared with sandalwood paste in your hands, and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra. Pushpam
Om Turiyavana Sampannam Nana Gunamanoharam Ananda Sauravam Pushpam Drishyata Vinamuttamam Om Hrim Etani Sajandana Pushpani Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Bhaushate.
The next offering is offering of Bilva Patram, the offering of Bilva leaves. Now please take the Bilva leaf, smear the sandalwood paste in your hands, and offer it onto Swamiji along with the mantra. Bilva Patram
Om Amritodbhavam Shriraksham Shankarasya Sada Priyam Bilvavatram Rayachami Pavitram Desaveshwara. Om Hrim Etani Kasandana Bilvavatrani Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Bhaushate.
The next offering is Tulsi Patram, the offering of Tulsi leaves. Now please take the Tulsi leaf in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra.
Tulasi Patram Om Namaste Bahurupaya Varadamurtaye Varamatmane Swaha. Om Hrim Idam Sachandana Tulasi Patram Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha.
The next offering is Dhupa, the offering of the lit incense. Now please take the lit incense stick in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Dhupaha
Om Vanaspatiraso Divyo Gandharjasu Manoharaha Agneya Sarvadevanam Dhupoyam Pradigrishatam. Om Hrim Esha Dhupaha Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha.
The next offering is Deepa, the offering of the lit lamp. Now please take the lit lamp in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
Deepaha Om Saprakasho Mahadeepa Sarvadastimiramaha Sabhagyabhyantara Jyotir Deepoyam Pratigrishatam. Om Hrim Esha Deepaha Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha.
The next offering is Naivedyam, the offering of food. Now please take a udrani of water, hover clockwise over the Naivedyam, and offer the food offering. Offer the udrani of water at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so. Naivedyam
Om Naivedyam Vidam Deva Shakkaradirmitam Maya Nivedam Bhaktyagrahana Parameshwara. Om Hrim Idam Sopakarnaivedyam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Nivedayami.
The next offering is Paniyam, the offering of water for drinking. Now please take the udrani of water in your hands and offer it to Swamiji's padukas at the end of the mantra.
Paniyam Om Samastadeva Devesha Sarvatruptikaram Param Akhandananda Sambhuram Grahana Jalamuttamam. Om Hrim Idam Panartodakam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha.
The next offering is Punarachamaniyam, the offering of water for mouthwash. Now please take an udani of water in your hands and offer it at Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra.
Punarachamaniyam Om Uchishtamapya Sucharva Yasya Smarnamakritaha Shuddhimapnoti Tasmai Te Punarachamaniyakam Om Grim Idam Punarachamaniyotakam Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Swaha.
The next offering is Aratrikam, the offering of water, the offering of lamb, and Arati to the Master. Now please take the Arati in your hands and slowly wave it towards Swamiji's padukas along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
Aratrikam Om Grim Deshagitamala Sarvadeva Devi Swarupaya Bhagavate Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. Om Sangrahanyeshayajate Imam Janasagam Sangrahamiti Swadasharasmirashana Bhavati Swadashamata Samvatsaraha Samvatsarameva Varunde Maunde Bhavati Udhairanjaha Udhaveva Varunde Chitranakshatram Bhavati Chitram va etat karma Karpuragoram Karunavataram Samsarasaram Jagendraharam Sada vadantam Hridayaraminde Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami Bhavam Bhavani Sahitam Namami.
Aratrikam samartayami Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashivaya Namaha. The next offering is Pushpanjali, the offering of fragrant flowers. Now please take a few flowers in your hands, close your hands in the Atmanjali Mudra, and offer the flowers at Swamiji's padukas at the end of the mantra.
Pushpanjalihi Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chaksharam Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Aneka Janma Samprapta Karma Bandha Vidahine Atmajnana Pratanyena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Mannada Shri Jagannatho Madguru Shri Jagadguruho Mamatma Sarvabhutatma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ishvaro Gururatmeti Murti Veda Vivahine Vyomavadhyapta Dehaya Dakshinamurtaye Namaha. Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gagana Sadrisham Tattvamasyakhilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshi Bhutam Bhavaditam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Pushpanjalim samarpayami Bhagavat Sri Nithyananda Paramashiva Charna Kamalebhyo Namaha. Om Nithyananda
We'll now be beginning with the Paramashiva Puja. The first is Tattvachmanam. Keeping your right hand in the Bhogana Mudra, pour an Udriniya water into your right palm 3 times while we chant the Samhita, while we chant the mantras. Om Atmadattvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Vidyadattvam Shodhayami Svadha, Om Shivadattvam Shodhayami Svadha. Now I play this twice from the right to the left. Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha. Wash your hands with the tips of your index, middle and ring fingers. Touch above your upper lip, below your lower lip. Wash your hands with the tips of your index finger and thumb joined together. Touch your right nostril and left nostril with the tips of your ring finger and thumb joined together. Touch your right eye, right ear and left ear. Wash your hands with your little finger and thumb joined together. Touch your navel center, right chest and left chest. With all 5 fingers joined together, touch the top of your head, right shoulder, left shoulder and heart center. The next is Sakala Vinyasa. We chant this mantra invoking the presence of Bhagavan Paramashiva inside ourselves. Now with the tip of your thumbs, using your left hand, wipe the front and back side of your right hand once, and using your right hand, wipe the front and back of your left hand twice. Om Hastraya Namaha. Now bring your hands into the Namaskara Mudra in front of your third eye and visualize that they are being drenched with the nectar oozing out of your third eye. Om Ham. Now keeping your hands together with your palms facing towards you, touch your thumbs to the center of your palms.
Om Ham Shivasaya Namaha, Om Ham Shivamurtaye Namaha.
With the tip of your thumbs, touch the tip of your little fingers and move your thumbs down towards the base of your little finger.
Om Ham Satyajatamurtaye Namaha.
Now your ring finger.
Om Him Vamadeva Guptyaya Namaha.
Now your middle finger.
Om Hum Avarhadayaya Namaha.
Now your index finger.
Om Him Tatpurushoktaya Namaha.
Now your thumbs.
Om Hum Ishanamurdaya Namaha.
Now bring your palms in front of you, facing towards you, and your thumbs to the center of your palms.
Om Ham Hum Vidyadehaya Namaha.
Now bend your index, middle, and ring fingers and touch the center of your palms.
Om Hum Nedrebhyo Namaha.
Now bend your thumbs and touch the tip of your thumbs to the center of your palms.
Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha.
Now with the tip of your thumbs, touch the tip of your little fingers and move your thumbs down towards the base of your little finger.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
Now your ring finger.
Om Him Shirase Namaha.
Now your middle finger.
Om Hum Shikaye Namaha.
Now your index finger.
Om Him Kavachaya Namaha.
Now your thumbs.
Om Hastraya Namaha.
Now bring your hands in the Mushti Mudra and roll them around each other once.
Om Him Kavachaya Hum.
Now bring your hands in Namaskara Mudra in front of your third eye.
Om Ham Shivaya
Now
Vaushate.
bend your thumbs inwards and touch the center of your palms.
Om Ham Hum Shivaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Anandagandha.
Om Ham Shivasanaya Namaha. Om Ham Shivamurtaye Namaha.
Now keeping your thumbs and little finger together, touch both of your knees.
Om Ham Satyajatamurtaye Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your navel center.
Om Him Vamadeva Guptyaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and middle finger joined together, touch your heart center.
Om Hum Agarhadayaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and index finger, touch above your upper lip.
Om Him Tatpurushoktaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb, touch the top of your forehead.
Om Hum Ishanamurdaya Namaha.
Now with your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Anandagandha.
Om Ham Hum Vidyadehaya Namaha.
Now with the tips of your index, middle, and ring fingers, touch your right eye, left eye and third eye.
Om Hum Netrebhyo Namaha.
Now with your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch your Anandagandha.
Om Ham Hum Shivaya
Now
Namaha.
with your right hand, little finger and thumb joined together, touch your heart center.
Om Ham Hridayaya Namaha.
With your right hand thumb and ring finger joined together, touch on top of your head.
Om Him Shirase
With
Swaha.
your right hand thumb and middle finger joined together, touch the back of your head.
Om Hum Shitaye Vashate.
Now cross your left hand over your right hand in front of your chest. Keep your index fingers in form of a hook and uncross your arms, moving them around your head, bringing them till your chest.
Om Him Kavachaya Hum.
Now strike your right thumb onto your left palm and your left palm onto your left thumb onto your right palm.
Om Hastra Yapate.
Now with your right hand index finger and middle finger, strike your left palm thrice.
Om Hastra Yahumpate.
Now using your right hand index finger and thumb, snap in all the 10 directions around yourself. Go in all the 8 directions, down and up.
Om Hastra Yapate.
Now move your hands from the head to the toes, touching the sides of your body. Om Ham Shivaya Bhaushate. The next is the Samanya Stapana, energizing the water with which we offer to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Please mix some akshata, flowers, and sandalwood powder into the water. Cover the mouth of the Panchavatram with your palms and chant Om 7 times internally.
Om 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 Om.
Now snap your index finger and thumb in all the 10 directions around the Panchavatram.
Om Hem Kavacha Yahum.
Om Hastra Gapate. Now keeping your right hand in the Avakundana Mudra, rotate your index finger around the Panchapatram.
Om Hem Kavacha Yahum.
Now show the Dhenu Mudra to the water in the Panchapatram. Om Ham Shivaya Bhushate. The next is the Avahana. Please offer a flower to the Atmalinga. Om Ham Shivasana Namaha. Now please take a flower in your hands. Place your hands in the Namaskara Mudra. Close your eyes. Meditate on the form of Bhagavan Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti in their ultimate form with 25 heads, 50 hands, 75 eyes. Visualize Bhagavan Paramashiva in detail and pray to him to be available, to be alive, and to receive all of your gratitude, your love, your offerings.
Lalate Tripundre
Nidilata Kasturi Tilakaha Spuranmala Dal Spuridakadikopi Navasanaha
Tadano Dishtam
Shirasi Bhagirajan Vishikalam Pradeepas Sarvesham Varunigiri Yogi Vijayate Induri Bhavancha Mukhahastaka Jayuktam Tankamasi Vanchilam Abhayam Syat Pashavardhan Kushmani Jalaravame Shveta Kamalasana Sada Shiva Swarupam Om Ham Shivamurtaye Namaha. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha. Dhyayami Avayami. Now please show the respective mudras for the mantras and invoke the presence of Bhagavan Paramashiva in your Atmalinga. Now place your thumb onto your respective palms and place your palms open facing upwards. Om Ham Shivaya Yavana Mudram Pradashya. Downwards.
Stapana.
Now place your hands into fist parallel to each other with your thumbs upwards.
Sannidhana.
Now put your thumbs inside of your fists.
Nishtura Mudram Pradashya.
Now interlace your fingers inwards and clasp your hands, keeping your thumbs out.
Astaya Mumpati Kalavanti Mudram Pradashya.
Now hold your left thumb with your right hand and you'll cover your right hand with your left hand.
Om Ham Shivaya Namaha Linga Mudram.
Now bring your hands in Namaskara Mudra.
Namaskar Mudram.
Today is an auspicious. Rotate your right hand index finger around your Atmalinga in a clockwise manner. Om Haim Kavachaya Hum Iti Avakuntana Mudram Japradarshya. The next is the Upachara Puja. The first is the Asanam. Now please take some akshata in your hands and offer the akshata in front of Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra.
Om Ham
Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha. Asanam Samarpayami. The next is the offering of Padyam, Achamanam and Argyam. Now please take an udrani of water, show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's feet and offer it in the Padya Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Namaha. Please take an udrani of water, show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Svadha. Please take an udrani of water, show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's crown and offer it in the Agya Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Swaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha. Adhyachamanaryam Tattva. The next offering is Snaniyam, the sacred bath. Now please take some water and offer it on to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra and please ring the bell as you do so. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha. Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha. Nam Samarpayami. Now please take an udrani of water, show it to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Ham Shivaya Svada. The next offering is Vastram, the offering of fresh clothes to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please take some akshata in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha, Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta, Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha, Vastre Yogavita Uttariya Varnatam Akshatam Samarpayami. The next offering is Gandha, the offering of the sandalwood paste. Now please take the sandalwood paste in your right hand ring finger and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Please offer the kumkum on top of the sandalwood paste at the end of the mantra. Om Ham Hom Shivaya Namaha, Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta, Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha, Gandham Dharayami, Gandhasyopaya Hadra Kumkumam Samarpayami. The next is the offering of the Ashtapushpa Puja, the offering of flowers to Bhagavan Paramashiva and Paramashiva Shakti. Now please take some flowers in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva each time the word Namaha is chanted.
Om Bhavaya Devaya Namaha, Om Vasudeva Savatne Namaha, Om Sharvaya Devaya Namaha, Sharvasudeva Savatne Namaha, Om Vishanaya Devaya Namaha, Ishanasudeva Savatne Namaha, Om Pushpade Devaya Namaha, Pushpadeva Savatne Namaha, Om Rudraya Devaya Namaha, Rudrasudeva Savatne Namaha, Om Rudraya Devaya Namaha, Rudrasudeva Savatne Namaha, Om Bhimaya Devaya Namaha, Bhimasudeva Savatne Namaha, Madhave Devaya Namaha, Madhava Deva Savatne Namaha, Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha, Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta, Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha, Ashtapushpa Pujam Samarpayami. The next is the offering of Bilvatram. Now please take the Bilva leaf, smear the sandalwood paste in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra. Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha, Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta,
Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha, Bilvatram Samarpayami. The next is the offering of Dhupa. The first is the Ghanta Puja. Now please sprinkle some water on the bell.
Om Astraya Bhate.
The next, please sprinkle some water on the Dhupa stand.
Om Astraya Bhate.
Please offer a flower on the Dhupa stand.
Om Amriyaya Namaha.
Now please take the lit incense sticks in your hands and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
Om Dura Dura Durayo Sman Dura Dura Yam Durvamastam Devanam Sastivam Bhaktivam Vishtavam Madhivam Devahu Namamadhi Havardhanam Simasman Tristikwate Devanam Viklamatvaim Om Ham Om Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashivati Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha. Now please take another drink of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patra. Om Shivaya Svada.
Now the next is the offering of Deepa. Now please sprinkle some water on the Deepa.
Om Astraya.
Please offer a flower on the Deepa.
Om Amriyaya Namaha.
Now please take the lit lamp in your hands and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
Om Buddhi Vedanadeyo Pantanjali Janmama Vasuyuvishtamakyanavadigaram Darishoja Manoyam Sitavedo Rama Shambu Jandagate Avidhananishya Paripataya Om Om Shivaya Namaha Nithyanandeshwari Paramashivati Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha Jivadayami. Now please take another drink of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Shivaya Svada. The next offering is Naivedyam, the offering of food. Now please sprinkle some water on the Naivedyam. Om Astraya Bhate. Please offer a flower on the Naivedyam. Om Amriyaya Namaha.
Now please take the food offering in your hands and offer it to Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra, and please ring the bell as you do so.
Om Madhvadariga Hirivacharan Nijindana Madhvika Sankoshadihi Madhvatamutoshadi Madhvaspati Vahungaraha Madhyavasana Pita Madhvano Vanespati Madhvagam Matsuya Madhvitamo Vamkaraha Madhu 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 Om Om Shivaya Namaha Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Nithyanandeshwara Paramashivaya Namaha Naivedyam Nivedayami. Now please take another drink of water, show to Bhagavan Paramashiva's mouth and offer it in the Achamana Patram. Om Shivaya Svada.
The next offering is Tambulam. Now please take some akshata in your hands and offer to Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra.
Om Namo Shivaya Namaha Nithyanandeshwari
Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha Tambulam Samarpayami. The next offering is Aratrikam, the offering of Arati to Bhagavan Paramashiva. Now please sprinkle some water in the Karpura Arati plate.
Om Astra Yavate
Please offer a flower in the Karpura Arati plate.
Om Auriyaya Namaha.
Now please take the Karpura Arati in your hand and slowly wave it towards Bhagavan Paramashiva along with the mantra and please ring the bell as you do so.
Om
Tatya Rajyamalapte Yo Rajagam Rajyo Vaso Me Nirate Devasva Metani Avikam Vipavanti Etavanto Vai Devanagam Samaha Devasmai Samantrayachanti Devam Panasturte Rajyaya Devam Suraja Bhavati Nema Vittido Bhanikato Yamagnihi Avena Bhagavan Bhanisarvam Satyavata Garugam Vibhati Karpura Gauram Charunavataram Ujayendraharam Sada Vadantam Hridayara Vinde Om Bhavani Saitam Namami Om Bhavani Saitam Namami Om Bhavani Saitam Namami Om Namo Shivaya Namaha Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha Karpur Neerajanam Sandarshayami Nakshandayami. The next offering is Pushpanjali, the offering of flowers. Now please take some flowers in your hands, place your hands in the Atmanjali Mudra and offer the flowers onto Bhagavan Paramashiva at the end of the mantra.
Om Namo Shivaya Namaha
Shri Nithyanandeshwari Paramashiva Shakti Sameta Shri Nithyanandeshwara Paramashiva Namaha Pushpanjalim Samarpayami. The next is offering of the Moola Mantra Japa and Gayatri Mantra Japa.
पूर्णमुदच्छते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरि ओम दत्सत् सर्वं भगवन् नित्यानंद परमशिवपादुकार्पणमस्तु ॐ नित्यानन्दम्.
Please bow down to Swamiji and Bhagavan Paramashiva.